Hello, world, and welcome to Critical Hit, a foul-mouthed podcast where we talk about everything. I am your host, Red King, and with me always is Crimson and Chrono Warden. Hello!
Greetings from the other side.
Nice. Ooh. Tonight, we're doing another series.
Hey, man, fuck you. I got beef.
What? That's it. That's it. Okay. It's time.
It's secretly another super.
It is a, shit. We are doing top 10 video games. We're doing 10 tonight.
Yes. I've been preparing.
And what will be a long-running series as we get through probably the most nostalgic and amazing trip down memory lane that we have done thus far.
Or we find out that our games suck.
Oh, that would suck. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
We are Critical Hit and top 10 video games. Number 10 starts now. All right. Before we begin, we're gonna get back into whack snacks.
So, in the immortal words of Darkwing Duck, let's get dangerous.
You're just full of piss and fucking vinegar.
I don't know what it is today, man. I watched that show like quite a bit over the last couple of days, and it's needless. So, anyways, once again, you will join us in our quest, never-ending quest, to find out if that snack tracks or is that snack whack here with Whack Snacks.
That was amazing.
What?
That was. Oh my gosh.
What is it?
Here we go. It is Larvets.
Oh, fuck you.
These are Larvets, the original worm Snax, spelt with an X. We've got ourselves a variety. We've got cheddar cheese, barbecue, and Mexican spice.
And Mexicans.
I'm about to just take Mexican spice just in the hopes that it washes out the
The worminess of
Yeah,
it.
dog. What the fuck?
So this kind of escalated quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, it fucking did.
So now here's the thing. I'm going to say that this was a ringer. Okay.
It's a ring worm. Fucking maybe.
So I had another whack snack in mind, but as I stated before the episode, it was out of stock. So I was like panicking. I was like, I need to get something. And I got worms.
I don't know if I'm going to try all of these.
I'm not. I'm going to do one.
Fuck that.
No, we each got to pick a flavor.
All right. Well, yeah. We'll do that.
Okay,
All
so
right.
you
I
get
will do Mexican spice.
I'm going to go with fucking barbecue.
I guess I'm getting cheddar cheese. Why do I got to get the most plain out of
It
all
don't, you want to know what? Doesn't matter. They're all going to suck. Guarantee you it's going to suck.
They're all fucking worms. Hey, so here's the thing, though. There's 1 gram of protein per. What the fuck?
Hold up.
How many grams is in this?
It says serving size is 1.
So the entire fucking package is only 1 gram of protein.
Yo, this whole thing that bugs are protein is bullshit.
Why would
Gosh darn things got legs. I almost fucking said something I wasn't supposed to. Okay, let's smell it first. There is nothing good
It
about
doesn't.
this,
It smells like dirt and possibly cheese.
It smells like dirty cheese.
Oh, Lord.
bro. Okay,
Fucking French cheese out here.
this is a
French people, I love you, but your cheeses suck.
Yeah, I do want to point that out. I agree.
So this is probably the first.
Brie.
This is the first and hopefully last fucking time I'll ever say this. Gentlemen, are your worms out?
My worm's out, bro. Why is it so fucking... What did I do this for?
Yeah, you picked these, you sack of shit.
It's not a sack of shit. It's a bag of worms. Are you guys ready?
Oh, jeez, really?
Let's see what we got.
Uh,
Diboja.
what the hell?
Fuck me. Huh.
No.
That wasn't too bad.
I expected it to be worse.
And another.
Mine doesn't really taste like cheese. It just tastes like
It doesn't
worm.
taste like anything. Except for crunchy carapace. That's
I need
now
a
stuck in
particularly-
my teeth.
I need a particularly cheesy one.
Carapace in my mouth.
You're a fucking idiot. Oh, no. Ah, he choked on his worm.
Golly. Nope, I wasn't ready. Something else happened.
So here's the thing. Can I have a barbecue? I'm curious.
That was wild, dude.
Try a Mexican spice.
Yeah, I didn't think that we were going to try all of these.
I'm not, so.
Let me have a Mexican spice.
Okay, let's just see if I
So
eat a bunch of them, see what happens.
he just turns into a worm.
It's fucking Earthworm Jim.
Damn, these are terrible. This is a Mexican spice, I think.
I feel like I'm eating a lot of worms right now.
Yeah, like there's
I
all...
feel like it passes back and forth like 7 times.
You deserve it.
I think I'm ready to render a decision on this one.
So I have thoughts, but we're gonna render a decision.
Whack.
Whack.
Whack as fuck. Okay, so here's the to go further into it and elaborate. They all taste the fucking same. You have different flavors.
No, the Mexican one was different.
No, fuck
It
that.
was a lot different.
It tastes like fucking plant soil.
Is this a cheddar one? They're orange.
Yeah. They're all fucking orange. They're just various versions
Wow,
of orange. They don't taste.
It was just worms, my dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't even have actual
Bro,
flavor.
it was
They're just
worms.
fucking
It
worms.
Dirt.
So
Dirt
I-
was the flavor.
So I literally just ate worms. So here's my. I have a theory. This is an ongoing, ever building theory as I taste these worms in my mouth.
No, the cheddar was actually pretty good.
Fuck that. I don't think they're different. I think they put different boxes and different colored powders on them, but I think it's all just worm. I think that it was just a fucking cruel joke.
Let's see if we can get these idiots.
They're horrible.
It's just bad. The texture's bad. The taste is bad.
Don't eat worms.
The
That's
cheese is pretty good on it. I swear on everything I fucking love. The cheese actually tastes really fucking good.
Are these the cheesy fuckers?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get.
Yeah, that's whack though.
I'm curious.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I have no follow up. It's whack.
Yep.
That's whack. That's
And
that
we
cheese is
will
good. They need to put more cheese. That needs to be like a cheese puff, but with worms.
we will see you again next time. Hopefully where we don't eat fucking worms again. That's a low-hanging fruit right there. With Wax Snacks.
It's gross.
And here we are at the main event.
It's so disgusting. All right. Anyways, yes.
Stop eating them.
Fucking
This is
idiot.
gross.
I'm washing it down is what I'm doing.
We are we're gonna do our top 10 games. And I think it's actually been one of the hardest ones I've had to put together because like when you get to sit there and just pick it per platform, where it's like, oh, this is my favorite DS games, oh, this is my favorite PlayStation games, and like you kind of have that that barrier.
Yeah.
As soon as it blows up and you're just like, these are my top 10 of all time. This is just the best fucking ones. It was hard.
That shit balloons quick. And then you start to realize, man, I've probably played too many video games in my life.
Never.
So now with nostalgia in our hearts and worms in our teeth, we will.
No, my teeth are clean now.
Well, good for you. Mine aren't. I ate too many.
Well, stop slurping them down like you're a fucking robin after a rainy April morning.
That was really sick.
That was, yeah, it was clever. And that was also double entendre because Robin is also.
Bro.
Let him finish.
Hey, let him cook. Let him cook.
Fucking idiot.
Anyways, we're not going to go there.
Okay.
Okay. Who wants to go first on this one?
I'll take first. I'm
Okay.
okay with that. I'm still washing this down with this Dr. Pepper, this sweet, sweet, delicious Dr. Pepper.
That strawberries and cream hits different.
Yeah, especially after you eat worms.
In no way a paid advertisement for Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
It could change at any time. Dr. Pepper at Dr. Pepper.
Hit us up,
We can make this happen.
please.
So after a long, long period of thinking, I realized that the one game that stands out as it's a fantastic game, and mind you, this is the top 10, so this is not a knock on the game that it is in the 10th spot because it is very important to be still. But it had to be Crash Bandicoot for me.
The first one?
I'm gonna kind of say as a series,
Okay.
because the first three specifically we'll talk about.
Well, they came out relatively close.
Yeah, all generally in October, developed by Naughty Dog Studios. And, yeah. Before they became just Uncharted, the company. And now I gotta pull up the names.
Wasn't Naughty Dog also The Last of Us?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Which, to be fair, was Uncharted with zombies.
Well, Uncharted with mushroom monsters.
Yeah, true. Which I guess could also be a Super Mario spinoff. Anyways.
Dude, that'd be a sick Mario game.
So one of the things that I kind of want to just get out of the way, the Naughty Dog founders, Andy, Gavin, and Jason Rubin. So these guys, I did a little bit of studying on them and a little bit of, there was a lot of video essays and things like that about them and how Crash Bandicoot just happened. So I do want to kind of just make a comment on this before I get into the game itself, that I'm very impressed with like the backstory of how it came to be. So essentially, excuse my burping. Essentially, this was when, we were in the starting phases of, can't remember the number generation, but N64, PlayStation 1, all those, Sega Saturn. And, this was before the PlayStation 1 actually got released. So they heard about it and said, hey, we're going to make our pitch to Sega and Sony. So Sega was like, fuck no, we're not doing that, which is kind of bullshit. But
well, they already had a mascot.
yeah, which that was kind of obviously, Sony didn't have a mascot, so it was kind of a better shot anyways, and I think they kind of had that in mind. So Sony was like, yeah, we're game. But the original conception of Crash Bandicoot was a wombat at first, which was a little weird, but wombats were a more known animal from down under. Right. So basically what it turned into was they wanted to make a game about a bandicoot, lesser known animal from Australia. What are you laughing about?
So just the fact that you went into Wombat. So he and I have listened to Dungeons and Daddies.
Yes.
And one of the players, Freddie Wong, goes off about the capabilities of a wombat a lot.
Like the speed of its
How fast it can burrow, how fast it can run.
in real world, it's like his fucking spirit animal.
Maybe it should have been a wombat, because apparently bandicoots are just sleepy.
Not if they're crashing.
Yeah, which came from the fact that he just runs in the boxes. That was where they got the name.
Well, when you have Sonic, he's just fast.
Yeah.
Mario was originally called Jumpman. He just jumped.
So it came down to, they were like, you either let us do a Bandicoot or we're not doing the game, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, fucking gangster.
Yeah. They were just like, we're not making a fucking game if we can't make a Bandicoot. So they were like, yeah, which is weird because
What about a wombat? What about you eat my ass?
What about you eat my ass, Pat?
Well, here's the thing. Funny story about ass.
What?
They actually originally called it, its code name was the Sonic Ass Game.
What?
So they were like, oh, we're going to make a 3D platformer, which has never been done. But they're like, when it comes to the mascot character, you usually get to see a full image of them. And it's very iconic because it's side scrolling. You see their faces. They're like, but now it's like playing Sonic, but you're only looking at his ass.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. So they called it the Sonic's ass game.
That is hilarious.
So they, as time went on, they developed the game more, and they realized that there was a limitation to how the PlayStation handled basically data being processed through the GPU and the CPU. So the idea is, for some reason, they had everything kind of through C programming language. So the data would go through C programming language, go to the GPU, which was a very weird way of doing things. But that's how the PlayStation did it. So Gavin was like, fuck that. I know something I'm going to do. And he essentially hacked the system, more or less. So what he did is he made the data instead be processed through the CPU, then sent to the GPU. So essentially the idea is that the C programming language bottlenecked the amount of data that could actually get sent to the GPU, whereas the CPU did not.
Wow.
So he basically just made an end around. You're not supposed to do that, but he did. And that's why it looked as good as it did, and they were able to have so many animations and this, that, and the other thing. There's a whole lot more to it, and he explains it a lot better. So obviously, go watch the video if you got time. But it was just seeing the development of it made me like the game more. But aside from that, it's like I remember getting a PlayStation, and I remember Crash Bandicoot being one of the first games that we got for that PlayStation. And I remember that instantly from that point, it was just like
Insanity Beach.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum,
Oh yeah. And
bum,
it kicked off with a banger, bro. And it was like just looking at just the whole world around it being so like colorful and awesome. And the platforming being so it was difficult, didn't realize it at the time. I'll be honest, because when I was younger, I was better at video games.
Had no fear.
Yeah.
You didn't overthink it.
Yeah, now I'm I feel like I'm actually gonna die if I fall in that pit.
And then you die a bunch of times, and you blink, and you realize you haven't been blinking. It's like, fuck, my eyes are on fire. My muscle memory is trash.
And speaking of blinking, the expressiveness of Crash Bandicoot was a big thing. Everything was meticulously planned. Even him looking back at the camera and winking, and the eyebrow movements and everything like that. That was all stuff that they were like, hey, we need to make sure you can't hit me with the eyebrows as I'm trying to explain.
Hit him with the damn eyebrow.
But they're like, hey, we need to make sure that this is a very impactful character, and it really was, man. The way that the worlds were built, tight gameplay.
Yeah, Crash was really good.
Oh yeah, and even till this, the fact that it still kind of lasts till this day, of it being just a very solid game. And Crash Bandicoot 4 came out not long ago,
A couple of years, yeah.
Yeah, and that was a very solid game. And it's they went through a weird phase where there couldn't be a good Crash game. It was really sad.
I beg to differ, man. I'm looking back on some games, obviously this has been just constantly looking back on shit that I've played before. Stuff that was commercially fucking very, very poorly received, but I don't remember Crash Twinsanity, and
Twinsanity was good.
There was Mind Over Mutant. I loved the Mind Over Mutant games.
Yeah, so that was
they were repetitive, but I think that a lot of the times, because that was the times when I was playing those games, I was kind of young, and I was more or less enthralled by the edgy, bombastic reviewers that, the G4 generation of fucking shows where they're just like, hey man, this is stupid. Then they cut to a dumb little fucking skit and they think they're so fucking cute, but they're just talking heads for there's basically the same shit that's wrong with IGN.
Yeah. But, ooh, that's true.
That's a sharp cut.
Mm-hmm.
However, you cannot deny that what was it? It was Cortex Strikes Back was the one on the PlayStation 2 and GameCube and all that, I want to say. Because Wrath of Cortex was Crash Bandicoot 2.
No, Wrath of Cortex was 3.
No, that
I'm
was
stupid.
Warped.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
But whatever the one was on the PlayStation 2 and GameCube, the load times. So that was a very interesting, because it was funny because the loading screen was Crash Bandicoot falling through like a warp zone or like time and space, and it just went on forever. Like it was unreasonably long.
But games had load times back then.
Dude. It was like a probably
Right, but my thing is that so Soul Calibur 2 is a game that by all accounts would be graphically more impressive than Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
And it had very little load time.
They
Like if it was loading too long, the game had crashed.
I could find a way to argue about it. I just can't figure it out right now.
well, so here's the other thing is that
Tribal tats were bad for Crash Bandicoot when they gave him the tribal tats.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was definitely bad.
Make him look all fucking Monster Energy and shit.
I'm Kyle Bandicoot,
So
and I'm gonna break some drywall.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. They
Oh
should've did it.
jeez. But there was a weird changing of hands that happened, and basically the idea was Naughty Dog, which another little interesting thing. Apparently, I want to say Gavin owned a dog named Morgan, and that's where the name Naughty Dog came from.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah. Really easy.
But the changing of hands was strange because Naughty Dog did not want to. They basically wanted the full rights from Universal for Crash Bandicoot. So here's the thing: if you remember the first Crash Bandicoot, their little fucking scroll of developers and stuff like that, Universal was on there.
Really?
Yeah. So the thing about Universal is that they were very shady about how they were handling things. So Naughty Dog wasn't front and center in any type of like press releases or anything like that. It was all Universal.
Right.
Universal was essentially taking all the credit for the game.
Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. So they were like, fuck that. I don't
Fuck
want to
you,
be part of
Comcast.
Universal anymore. And then they were like, oh, well, if you want to leave Universal, then you don't get Crash Bandicoot. And that's basically why everything eventually got really, really weird for Crash Bandicoot was, they didn't own the rights. So they left and they were like, fuck it. We'll just give it to the next developer we can get. And then I think that was Activision.
Well, I thought Insomniac developed for a little while on Crash. I very well could be wrong on that.
Did Insomniac? For some reason, that does sound right.
I remember even the one for the Game Boy Advance was fucking really good.
Yeah,
a side-scrolling one.
Ooh, they had some solid ones. But, the original trilogy, and they all kind of, they started building and building. So they had a really good base to it. And then you start getting power-ups in the second game. And that was cool. Because you get all these, and granted, you look back on it now, and it's like, it was things to make the game slightly easier. Like a double jump made the game slightly easier because if you effed up on your jump, you get another try, basically. So, slides.
That Bandicoot has the Force.
Yes.
He can just air jump. I wish I could do that. And for the longest time when I was little, I thought I could train myself to do that.
So you just jump and then pump your arms.
Yeah.
The apex of your 4-inch vertical leap.
Yeah. And then you start to realize that you were like probably 150 pounds at the age of 10. And that was just horrifying.
Subject to the laws of gravity.
Whoops, didn't work.
Like shit. But
If I somersault in the air, that's a double jump.
true.
The front flip, which was so cool whenever Crash Bandicoot jumped, because you play Sonic and he just turns into a little ball. Whoop!
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
then-
why Knuckles is a better character.
Mario does a Shoryuken every time he jumps.
Yeah, he puts the arm up like he's trying to hit him with the dragon punch, and ain't nobody ready for that. If Mario put that on you with them big hands, he'd fuck you up. But
And he can throw fireballs.
okay, that makes perfect sense why they made him like Ryu in Smash Bros.
Yeah.
I'm today years old. But Crash Bandicoot was always cool because he would do a fucking front flip, and it was like,
Oh yeah.
it was like just everything about him was cool. He had like fucking sneakers and like cargo pants
You know what was great about those? They made him like he was like
and fingerless gloves.
Yeah.
Fucking sweet.
he was like traditionally cool in like appearance, but he was a fucking dumbass. like he had a tiny little brain.
Yeah,
Him and Ripperoo was like the same.
Yeah, and now that I'm thinking about it, besides the one tiki dude with the butt crack out all the time, what was his name? I can't remember.
Fucking Papu.
Yes, his whole enemies were all marsupials.
Yeah, because there was that's an interesting little
Koala Kong. There was Ripperoo.
Yep.
Pinstripe Potteroo, which was a
thing. Potteroo.
You want to talk about a fucking obscure animal?
Yeah.
You got bandicoots and Potteroos.
Yeah. And that's the thing is because for some reason, Cortex was like, hey, I'm going to have like supercharged fucking marsupials as my.
I'm just going to go after Australia. Like with all the venomous snakes and deadly spiders. Be like, nah.
Cortex committed each of the 19 crimes. So he's only allowed in Australia.
Oh, nice.
Yo, okay, new lore.
He's English. He's got the. Holy shit, he was exile.
And they keep him there. They're like, nah, we let some of the other ones out, but not you.
And so here's another interesting fact. That the girl one, I forget her name. Tana. That's what it was. I was about to say Sally for some fucking reason.
That's Sally Acorn from Sonic.
Oh, yeah. So they have something in common. They're responsible for furries.
You're just gonna leave that there?
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. That's all I had to say. No, she was originally a part of that little rogues gallery. She was supposed to be a villain.
Oh wow!
But she turned against Cortex because she was in love with Crash, and then she got cut swiftly after the first game because they were like, censor her, and they were like, no, and then they were like, get rid of her.
Okay, so these guys, they stuck to their guns, man.
They were fucking pirates, man. they were sick. But no, the gameplay was nice, and they described it as a 2D platformer in a 3D space, which I feel like is incredibly accurate in how the game plays. And, just the music slapped. Like, I Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped was kind of crazy for me because, like, you remember those, like, the Renaissance levels?
Yep.
I loved the music in those Renaissance levels.
Yeah, well,
those were sick.
I went ahead and I played the remake, and I was kind of stuck in Crash Bandicoot 1 because I suck at the game now. So I realized you don't have to play the first game to go into the second and third game.
Yeah.
So I just did. And yeah, those remakes are amazing.
Yeah.
The Reignited trilogy for Spyro as well. The only thing that the soundtrack isn't as good.
For Spyro? Oh, yeah. Oh, I completely agree. That's a lightning in a bottle type situation. So yeah, no, I would say that would have to pretty much sum up my 10th spot, only because the history, the gameplay, like visuals. Because I also remember when I first got into drawing, I would just draw Crash Bandicoot over and over and over again because his fingerless gloves and his boots were fucking sick.
But I guess the one thing I have to add some sadness to your poll here.
How do we manage this?
So as of May 15th, so at the time of recording, it is the 18th. As of May 15th, the original voice actor for Crash Bandicoot passed at 60 years old. So I think it's worth mentioning Brendan O'Brien and all of his survivors, or rather Brendan O'Brien's survivors. I'm an idiot. Forgive me. We wish you all the best. And obviously, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Amazing.
R.I.P. the GOAT.
Yep.
For real.
Fucking my childhood, for sure.
Yeah, and now I'm just gonna go sit in the corner for the rest of the episode and cry. You'll just hear sniffling and occasional from from the corner.
Just hit him. You know, like you just hit that cry where you just start making noises. Oh boy,
The world has turned against you.
I can't breathe.
It's fucked up.
Damn.
Hit him with the damn ugly cry.
Why you gotta do that to me, man?
All right,
That's mine.
I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm taking the second spot. Sorry, Chrono, you're gonna have to listen to me talk
Okay.
for like probably an excessively long time. I've got my number 10. I pick Saints Row the Third.
What the
Okay.
Bear with me now. Okay, so this game, I'm pulling up my sheet of information, and by sheet I mean tablet.
fuck? Because we don't do paper. Chrono does paper, but we don't do paper.
So this was the original Saints Row the Third was released November 15th of 2011. It's had remakes.
That's
Came out 4 days after the original release of Skyrim.
That's a weird setup.
Did you say 2015 or 2011?
2011.
Yeah, 2011.
No shit.
November 15th, 2011. So it was you said
Skyrim was November 11th, 2011. Because that was the big thing, was 11/11/11.
oh my gosh.
Oh, okay.
How are you gonna they had a lot of balls.
Hot take.
Huh.
Saints Row the Third is a better game than Skyrim.
I'm not sure that's really a hot take because I don't know of too many people that had game-breaking bugs in Saints Row the Third.
Yeah.
I know everyone has had a game-breaking bug in Skyrim at some point.
I stopped playing Skyrim because of a game-breaking bug.
Here's one for you. If you want to talk about load times, if you carry too many keys in your inventory, it increases your load times.
What the fuck?
And they've never been able to fix that bug.
Bethesda, man, you're fucking shit.
Foos Row, damn, am I right? Fucking
I fucking hate you.
yeah, I hate myself too. It's okay though.
Hit him with the damn eyebrows.
Okay, so published by THQ, developed by Volition. I think this was one of the final games of THQ. It has to be close.
Well, there's THQ Nordic now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the original THQ, yes.
It was in the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 generation 7? Fucking 7.
Seven?
No,
Seven?
no.
No, that's right. It's the 7th generation.
Yes.
We're in the 9th.
Noise.
Oh, so I was in the fifth. That's where I was.
There you go.
I'm deriving.
Derivative. I played it on the PC, and it was amazing. So the
I
game,
feel like my esophagus is being haunted by a worm.
Please don't
feeling
say
it
that.
in my mustache.
I've eaten a lot of them, so if
No, I think there's fragments of carapace that are touching my lip.
you're
fucking
pissing me off. Get to it.
You're the one who picked the snack, you whack motherfucker.
I'm sorry. I saw the flavors and I was like, it could be good.
So this game, when it came out, right? Its tagline was "Out GTA," right?
Yeah, because you can run around and beat people with a giant purple dildo.
Exactly. So here was the thing.
But you could also do that in GTA San Andreas.
Wait, really?
Yeah. You go to the police station, you can find a dildo in the showers, and then that's your melee weapon.
But is it a small dildo?
No, it's not as floppy.
Doesn't have the physics.
Yes.
So here, and I think
It's rigid plastic.
so. Here is the reason why that is actually pretty relevant, because the previous GTA games, all the way up, really 4 was where it started to try to get overly serious.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I enjoyed GTA 4. I liked GTA 5. I've played through basically every GTA game. I like the series. I think getting too serious and taking yourself way too serious, like Grand Theft Auto 5 was skirting the line between being that goofy, fucking random, wacky shit,
Yeah.
but then also trying to be like the next Godfather or something like that, you know?
Yeah, I do. I agree with that. I think they got way too like gritty, and it also sort of didn't work because until GTA 5, animation engines weren't that great.
Yeah, there's just like goofy, like weird.
Well, but that's the
hokey
whole
movement.
thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, so GTA Vice City is totally like Scarface. It's the 80s. It's that like fucking drug lord
But
shit.
it has that parody energy.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I was going to say, because Vice City is probably my favorite GTA.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
Tommy Vercetti.
so Saints Row
that's a cool name, actually.
Saints Row 1 and 2 were actually they were decent games, but they were overall kind of trash
Yeah,
because they tried to take themselves incredibly serious.
right.
So it almost the script inverted, where Saints Row 1 and 2, very serious games trying to be very like Los Angeles gang scene. And it was right around the same time that San Andreas came out.
Big Smoke.
Yep.
Fuck that guy. That fucking train mission.
You just gotta follow the train, CJ. Follow the damn train.
Good Lord, you guys know too much about GTA. I think I played one GTA game in earnest.
Which one was that?
5. And it's literally only to jump in there and just be an asshole. I
You
don't
did
play it.
online.
Yeah, I didn't play any of the story. I just jumped on. And the thing is, other people equally were assholes to me.
Yeah, online is fucking
So that just
crazy.
reminds me of when I was playing Red Dead Online. I was going into town to like try and buy a gun at a shop, and I wound up in like a 30-minute continued repeated duel with a dude because I would kill him, he would come back, kill me.
That's kind of cool, though. I would get locked in some dual shit.
I just wanted to buy a gun. And dude shot me as soon as I walked in the gun store.
Fucking bastard.
Yeah. Okay.
So I tied him up and dragged him behind my horse.
Oh, listen, that's the best thing you could do.
Anyway, continue.
But Saints Row 3, it kind of changed up that formula because you kind of can't do that. You can't exist in that same space as Grand Theft Auto and then take yourself too seriously because
Right.
you just make yourself look like an idiot. Saints Row 3 came out and just kind of found its own in just being completely fucking ridiculous. And like it actually does canonically take place 5 years after Saints Row 2
Mm-hmm.
and in Stillwater, the city that the 3rd Street Saints
Stillwater, Pennsylvania.
Damn it.
they've merged with the Alto Corporation, and they became this huge like media icon. They have their own brand. They have like energy drinks and shit like that. And the game starts with you robbing a bank, and everybody's like so hyped to see the Saints. Like they have their guns out and everything, but they're also like signing autographs and shit of all the bank tellers and shit. And then everything goes really fucking south. And one of the main characters from when Johnny Gat dies. So
Johnny Gat.
so Johnny Gat, right?
It's a cool fucking name.
It's kind of my segue into the fucking voice talent that went into this game, right? So Daniel Day Kim is Johnny Gat.
Okay.
This motherfucker is, you might know him as Jin from Lost.
Yeah.
Like they have
Isn't he also going to be Ozai in the Netflix live action
I think so.
Avatar?
We got Yuri Lowenthal in Saints Row as Matt Miller, the leader of the Deckers, the hacker gang.
Yeah.
Of course, he would be one of them types of characters. That's a perfect fit.
So we got Megan Hollingshed Rankiku from Bleach as Kiki DeWinter. Sasha Grey from, you know where the fuck Sasha Grey's from.
Yeah. Oh, baby. Thank you. You set up my reference for the episode. Perfect.
Viola DeWinter. So we have Hulk Hogan as Angel de la Muerte. He's a leader of like a luchador gang.
Are you shitting
And
me?
he used to run with Angel, and he kind of double crossed Angel, and now Angel joins the Saints to get revenge, and he is voiced by Hulk fucking Hogan. And Burt Reynolds as himself, Burt Reynolds.
So can I just throw that in there that I do love when they have like shit like that where it's like an actor as themselves.
Yes.
It's like one of the best things you can do.
And it's crazy because the scene basically goes that your character, who the list of voices that you can choose, there's a lot of really good fucking voice actors that do the voice for the boss of the Saints. The scene where they meet the mayor of Steelport, which is a new city, and it's just Burt Reynolds, and they freak the fuck out. So like your character's like, oh my gosh, it's Burt fucking Reynolds, you're my hero. As far as a game goes, like it's that type of thing.
Yeah.
There's no limit to where they go.
Right.
There's oh shit, I can't remember what his name was, but he's a pimp and he talks in auto-tune. They don't explain why. He just speaks in auto-tune. Beautiful. They have oh man, I think that's kind of what got me for this game is like as far as a third person like a shooter as a GTA like is how we will coin it, right? This one it had so much extra to it cuz I played through GTA 4. I went on to 5. Like that was day 1. I had it preloaded on the PlayStation 3 and just ran it for fucking hours and didn't sleep. Then somehow I got into Saints Row 3. I think it was like cheap on Steam. It was on sale or something.
Steam sales, great ways to get games.
Oh yeah.
Great way to just stack your library with a bunch of games and let it fucking play.
Hey, I can spend $70 on 152 games.
And that's the type of insanity that Steam has to offer.
Like, and it's weirdly like recent games too.
Yep.
It's like, how did you manage that?
Like, oh, you were just fucking stealing them.
I mean,
How do you-
that's the benefit of it only being code.
True, very true.
Yeah, like no, you don't actually.
There's no physical storefront Steam has to worry about.
Yep, just all digital.
And good on you, Steve. Thank you for introducing us to Saints Row.
But after playing through Saints Row, and I played it nonstop.
Right. It was one of those. Yeah.
It was hard to go back to Grand Theft Auto. I can do it now, but it was so satisfying. The amount of you could do finishers. The melee combat was really good.
Oh, yeah,
when
yeah.
you got close to somebody and you had different types of weapons, including the big fucking dildo sword. There was a lot. There's a lot you could do.
Really?
And you can cut.
Finish her.
Dang.
Team Sasha Grant.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, I can't.
Wow.
Amazing.
They damn. I lose my train of thought.
all thoughts lead to Sasha Grant.
Hit him with the damn eyebrows.
But you could customize your character.
Yeah, you can
make
look fucking ridiculous.
yeah,
in
you
Saints
can
Row.
you can make
I'm the Hulk.
any type of nightmare, horrible, fucking scary, like weird shit.
Can we also shout out the equality in that game?
Fair.
Because
you can Oni it with instead of a kanabo,
Yep.
a dildo.
you could make your dude just have a package from just Satan.
Yep. And you could level up and get different skills and like different finishers. Like I had my guy able to like bite somebody in the neck and like steal their life force.
Yeah.
And heal yourself during gunfights.
Like, oh, motherfucker became a vampire.
Yeah,
when did this shit happen?
Magic. Fucking ignore it. Move on. We have an auto-tune pimp. You're asking too many questions.
Exactly.
Fucking game.
True. True.
So I made my character look like he was really high on coke all the time. I made his pupils really small. And in all the cutscenes, he's trying to be very serious, and his eyes are wide open. He's got the beadiest fucking little tiny pupils, like so dilated, fucked up looking. And it perfectly matched how you would act in that fucking game. So, in order to streamline getting in and out of cars, because you could just leap out of a car and then stick the landing.
Right.
You could also take a running start and just Bo Duke into any car. And they literally called it Bo Duke.
That's amazing.
That's fantastic.
So there was the amount of just absolute, because you would just go fucking ape shit. And you jump out of one car, you Bo Duke into the next car. Like you're slamming friggin' vehicles just to get them low enough HP that you could jump out and shoot them and explode them and use them as bombs. And they had the horde mode, because when that game came out, there was like all these survival.
Yeah, that would have been
game
around Gears and stuff like that. Yeah.
But they called it
Horde.
yeah, with a W. And your
Couldn't do that now.
no, you really couldn't. You really fucking couldn't, because your weapon for horde mode was the dildo sword. And it was just you and your buddies.
Sexcalibur.
Sexcalibur, the girth. Just running it. You ever get a no, never mind. Nope, can't do it.
We're running this train.
Yeah, I was actually gonna make that same joke. I was just gonna say it different.
It's been a while since you've been off the rails.
Yeah, I wanted to. Not gonna. I know better than that. The series as a whole,
Ass out.
the series as a whole, kind of went stupid with. They went with Saints Row re-elected, which was that's the remake version, but they have Saints Row 4, which was supposed to be a DLC.
Mm-hmm.
So it was originally planned to be called Enter the Dominatrix, which is a Matrix pun, right?
Yeah.
That you'd get caught and put in a simulation world where you got to hack the system and get superpowers, right?
Which explains the superpower subplot.
Yeah, which explains the weird superpower subplot in Saints Row 4, because they took Enter the Dominatrix and they tried to stretch it into a full game.
Right.
That was kind of the beginning of the end for that series. And I mean, I have the game. I can play the game. I would probably enjoy the game. But that whole feeling of it was not meant to be.
Right.
It's just take time, develop a sequel.
Yeah.
Develop make the actual system better. And then they continue on with the newest Saints Row.
Oh, jeez.
So
Yeah.
there's a big problem that I have with games now, is that they, and it happened with Watch Dogs 2, which was another one that fucked me up, is they have this idea of like millennials and what's the What's the generation after millennials?
Zoomers, Gen Z.
Yeah, like
Ugh.
Gen Z are adults now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Generation is generally considered to start around 1997.
What the fuck?
Gen Zs? Because I'm an elder millennial. I think you're a Gen Z.
No.
Anyways,
1993, motherfucker.
I think you're just out of it. I'll have to check.
No, he's way under.
Oh, maybe.
I'm Gen X.
97 is Gen X is like the 80s.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Or Gen Y, technically.
Hey, why am I here?
That's very much most of our mindsets. Of why did someone 30 plus years ago at this point have to have sex and cause me to pay bills now?
So
That is an
that's
injustice.
so that's kind of like it's that, but caricaturized.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs was like that too, and Saints Row was like that. The new Saints Row was like, we've got student debt. Let's just be criminals. And it's like, that's so stupid.
Oh, that's
it's so dumb and boiled down. Like Watch Dogs was that same way because
Yeah.
I kind of liked the first one, but it was kind of hokey and stupid. So I fire up the second one. I was kind of hype about it, and then after you finish the first mission, they're all just sitting there getting drunk on the beach, like in Seattle, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, man, they don't even care. They're just ready to like give you any type of debt and just sink your whole life. We gotta stop this." I'm like, "Fuck you!
Oh my!
How about you get your fucking money up and say your fucking funny up, you asshole? You make your characters just so whiny and jobless and fucking stupid. Like,
And it makes people want to actually be whiny, jobless, and stupid.
yeah, because it makes it look kind of cool. Because these guys got sweet clothes and like they hack things.
Hair and all that.
Or
fucking
in
dumb.
Saints Row, they just fucking kill people all the time. But the new Saints Row is full of fucking glitches, full of fucking bugs. And it's so disappointing because that series,
Deserved better.
it deserved better. It hit its stride acting goofy and being unfucking hinged. And then for the new one, they was just like, they roped it into a really weird, and it's oddly realistic because everyone's got debt and they get debt from stupid shit like education, whatever. But
Which isn't why we play video games.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the biggest thing.
We're here to ass the fuck out and Bo Duke into random cars and you know,
Let me
hang out
play as
with
Burt Reynolds
Yeah.
for a little bit.
exactly
But he's back.
like
Burt Reynolds is the new boss of the Third Street Saints.
but I think that game is I think I'm actually going to play through it again because it's that good. I think it's that good. And yeah. That's my top that's my number 10.
Okay.
By no means the least, but we got a long way to go.
Yes, we do.
So what have you got, Chrono?
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Wait. Are you serious?
It is a Star Wars game.
Okay, what Star Wars game is it though? Because
Knights of the Old Republic.
okay, bravo,
That's amazing.
bravo.
Yep.
So, game came out July 15th, 2003 as an Xbox exclusive.
Jeez, when did it come out on the PC?
Like 2 years later.
And then 3 months after that, there was a new mod. Anyways,
That game got me fucked up because honestly, I wanted to play it on the Xbox, but our dad was like such a stickler about fucking PC being so he was like such a weird PC fucking snob. It's like you gotta wait for it to come out on the PC. Fucking years, bro. Fucking
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Like Halo 2. That shit didn't come out on the PC for like fucking
Halo 3 was already done, been out by the time Halo 2 came to the PC.
yeah, it was wild. Like,
Yeah.
you can't wait. You can't fucking wait.
Yeah, because
Nah.
Halo 3 came out in 2007, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I essentially got an Xbox for Halo 2.
Yep.
Full transparency.
Yep. That's what we did.
Anyways,
Well, so Knights of the Old Republic was just fucking cool because it had nothing to do with any of the trilogies, the modern setting of Star Wars, none of it. It was, this is the Old Republic. Fucking Jedi are everywhere. There's more than 2 Sith.
Oh, I forgot about that whole, you had the whole segment where you actually had to infiltrate the academy.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing. See, knowing more about Star Wars
I
now,
forgot I pursued the light side my first playthrough. I
I
switched my whole fucking alignment at that segment in the game.
forgot about that.
You can do it.
I did light side the whole way through.
You can farm dark side points in that game.
Yeah.
In that segment.
Amazing. I do want to point out that Knights of the Republic does get it gets a little bonus for me because it's one of the few games that does the dark side ending good. Like there's a lot of them that really just the dark side routes just suck.
Yeah. No, Knights of the Republic's dark side ending is you're literally staging to go take over the galaxy, and it's like, fuck yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing.
But I mean, so Knights of the Republic is just one of those games, right? It was really, in my memory, it was the first game I really played where it felt like choices had an impact.
Right.
And because, there's plenty of quests in the game that change depending on what choices you make. And just, first of all, fucking lightsabers.
Yeah. Any game where they put a lightsaber in your hand, they let you cook with it. Like,
Yeah, because I do remember around that time there was a very weird aversion to letting you actually be a Jedi in any Star Wars game.
Well, I think around the same time you had Jedi Academy and Jedi Outcast were also out. But those were the only other real games that let you have the lightsaber.
there was a ton of them that.
Well, right, because you had Rogue Squadron, Shadows of the Empire, a bunch of shit like that where you didn't get to play a Force user.
Yeah, they'd shuck you in vehicles. They had, I remember playing, it was like an N64 one, and it was just like all like, oh man, what was the name of that game? I want to
Well, there was Shadows of the Empire.
That might have been.
As Dash Rendar.
Yep.
And the Outrider.
And then there was
Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
Which was a fantastic fucking game.
Actually, I have that on the PlayStation. They have
they had the Pod Racer game.
Pod Racer was a little bit hot, bro.
Yeah,
I actually appreciate that one.
Get it on Gold, dude. It's out on Xbox Live Gold right now.
Oh no shit. Okay, hold on. I'll be back.
Well, I mean, you could do it from your phone.
I don't have the app and I don't have it linked up. That's the only problem.
You're crazy, bro.
Yeah,
You're wildin'.
I suck at that.
I be buying games all the time when I'm at work.
That's why I don't do that.
Well, this is claiming a free one.
Yeah,
But,
that's
I
a little
mean,
different.
So just the amount of systems in this game, right? Because it is based on D&D.
Mhm.
It is a D20 system in the game. And at that age, I didn't really fucking know that. But then I started
Same.
reading shit, queuing up actions. And then it was like, well, I want to use a double-bladed lightsaber because Darth Maul was fucking awesome. But you could have a green one or a blue one. But I like green more, so.
Yeah. I think I was more into yellow lightsabers.
Yeah.
Yellow lightsabers were, that was my ish.
I was I didn't play that game right. I got through I played through that game a lot. Probably like 6 or 7 times. Without even knowing how that game actually worked. Picking feats,
Yeah.
leveling up. I mean, running through it with a muffed up ass character sheet.
Yeah. I don't think, because here's the thing is I didn't know that
There must have been an easy mode because I don't even
You could lower
understand
the difficulty.
I don't even understand how I got through it.
I died a lot. I can tell you how I got through it. I didn't do good at that game most times. And I didn't know that it was a D20 system until fucking months ago. I think we talked about it.
Yeah.
And so I still didn't know how to play the game until this point. So yeah, no,
If you've got it, go back and give it another run through now.
I do because I want to play that and I want to play Knights of the Old Republic 2 because I never got to play Knights of the Old Republic.
Get 2 on Steam, get the restored content mod. That's
Okay.
the only way that game is worth it.
Okay, gotcha. All right, fair enough. I'm going to take that as a little pro tip. Next thing you know, I'm just gone for like days. But where have you been? Pornhub.
Dude, I found mods.
Dude, I found like, oh,
You know, I like that in the earlier it was like a symbiotic Pornhub reference, and then you did your own Pornhub reference.
yeah.
To hide the fact that he's just playing old Star Wars games.
But like I'm trying to make it seem like I'm like, a little
Cool and
edgy.
edgy,
Yeah.
but You're just a fucking nerd. Like, dude, we know you play tabletop. It's fine.
True.
Got a die in one hand and something else in the other.
It's a character sheet in the other. See, we're tricking you out twice.
But I mean, yeah, like just that moment when you get to Dantooine after the Sith blow the fuck up out of the planet you were on, Terrace,
Yep.
which is like half the game.
Yeah. I didn't even realize because I've been playing it on my phone a little bit. You stay on Terrace for a pretty long time, and depending on how much you want to do,
Yeah.
Hold up. Wait. You can play Knights of the Republic on your phone?
Yeah, it's on the Google Play Store too.
yeah, it's Play
You
Pass.
Or that.
Are you shitting me?
No,
It's right there.
literally.
KOTOR 2 is $15, but you obviously can't mod it.
You can also get them on Switch.
What the shit,
Which
man?
the Switch version does actually have the restored content mod supposedly coming to it at some point.
Interesting.
Oh, that's kind of cool. What the shit? All right, well, you know what? Whatever. I got ways to play. That's all that means. I'm gonna get out there and fucking become a Jedi.
But that moment when you land on this fucking idyllic little farm planet that has a Jedi Academy on it, and it's like, well, we're going to have to train you because you being force sensitive as an adult is far too dangerous, and you're way too fucking strong in the force for us to just let you run around.
Yeah.
Gotta train you.
And
Otherwise, we'll have to kill you.
and it was kind of here's the other thing I think, and I think they did this intentionally. I'm not entirely sure, but the whole start of Knights of the Republic 1, you're just running around the most yee ass armor you have perhaps ever seen. Now, I will say that worked better for the women.
Thirsty bastard.
Because like you had the dudes that were just in like this fucking like Naruto fucking Jonin ass tracksuit looking number, and then you got the women who were all like bootied out. It was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck am I looking at?
The other thing that really wasn't that good was the Jedi robes in Knights of the Old Republic 1.
Yeah, they were a little. They were a
It was
little
just like basically after Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon removed the cool outer robe, it's just that.
Yeah, that is true. They could have done a little more with that. I do agree there.
I always end up wearing the dark Jedi ones anyway because black just looks better.
Yeah.
Even if I'm light side, I'm in black, and they're like, hold on.
I don't know how to feel about you.
What's your alignment? Don't worry about it.
Ambiguous. My shit's a mystery.
What do you got to offer me for my alignment?
Ooh.
Dark side playthroughs in that game are hilarious, though, because if you take like force choke or kill, which is one of my favorite force powers, there's just conversation options where somebody will start acting stupid and you can just kill them in a dialogue option, and you get experience for the kill.
I will say that BioWare has an interesting way of handling evil or dark side playthroughs. Like the amount of times that it's just you just like haul off and just knock someone the fuck out, or you choke someone, or just kill someone.
Yeah,
It's
Mass
like-
Effect was wild.
Dude, for real, Shepard was like.
So
Well, it got even better in the PC version when it was all glitchy.
So Mass Effect 2 is one of my favorite games. And I just did the one mission where you recruit Thane, the assassin. And I love the line of you're talking to the one mercenary and he's up against a window. And he's like, I have nothing more to say to you.
Oh,
and you
yeah.
the renegade interrupt. And you just push him out the window. And it's, how about goodbye? As this dude is just falling.
And he's guaranteed dead.
Yeah, because it's like Ilium is basically Coruscant. You're in skyscrapers. And that dude's going down.
Yeah. And I do like how they did it in like Mass Effect 2 and 3 because they had those things that was like sort of like a QTE kind of.
Yeah.
But you had to make the decision quick.
Yeah, that's one of them.
It was so fucked
Yeah.
up. Because it's like you have dialogue options, and then you have a little scrolling thing that's like, fuck around and find out.
And
There's way more Renegade than Paragon interrupts in that game.
So,
Yeah,
so the thing that got me though is in Mass Effect 1 where it's like, and you'll have somebody just going off like, man, I don't know who the fuck you think you are, and the camera just pans over the ship and he's just quiet.
Putting a look on, like, looking
next
at him
thing you
through
know-
his eyebrows. Hit him with that George Clooney.
And just fucking
Yes. Punching the reporter in all 3 games is hilarious.
oh, I can't, man. No, BioWare is amazing.
Yeah. But so like, yeah, just Knights of the Old Republic. If you do a dark side, even though you play the same missions, the way they play out is kind of different.
Yeah.
And then it's like you get to the end of the game and you lose half your fucking party if you're dark side, because you're on the final planet right before you go to the area where you got to fight Malik. And it's like, if you go dark side, you bring your 2 Jedi companions with you, even though one of them left the Jedi Order, Jolie Bindo.
Yeah.
And Juhani, if you recruited her, because you can also kill her if you want extra lightsabers early on.
I do remember that being a thing.
I needed the extra weapons, bro.
The other option is you go around and kill a bunch of Mandalorians and get extra lightsabers that way. Or you can do both and just have all the lightsabers, but it's just you and Bastila for a little bit.
Like, yeah, I have gifts for you. Like,
Why did you do that? Like, look at all these lightsabers, though. Come on.
One's red, bro.
What's red, bro?
This is so cool. I see why they like this.
My night vision isn't destroyed with this one.
Yes.
That's an actual fact. Red light does not break human.
But it makes you angry, doesn't it, or some shit?
No, red light doesn't actually have a psychological effect like that.
Bullshit. Okay, well, I've been fucking my whole life up.
Like, red light was on. I freaked out.
You're not a bull.
You know, I thought we were similar.
You're a little small.
Damn it. Whatever, man. I'm like Kevin Hart, just an edgy Kevin Hart.
But yeah, so you go to the temple, you end up fighting Bastila at the top because she has a ship and she's like, you should join the dark side. And if you're like, yeah, all right. She's like, wait, what? And then she becomes your apprentice and you immediately proceed to kill those 2 party members.
Yep.
You go back to your ship on the beach after you've disabled the like fucking space station protection field. And your party's like, wait, where's Jolie and Juhani? Don't worry about it.
They decided they were going to stay here.
And one of the options is just like Revan will just be like, yeah, I'm going to fucking kill you all. And Basila's like, wait, hold on. The droids will follow you no matter what. Let's see what everybody else thinks. Your Mandalorian squad mate's like, yeah, dude, I'm in. Fuck it.
Yeah, because he's down for anything.
And then, yes, Carth Onassi, voiced by Raphael Sbarge, who was also Caden Alenko.
Yeah.
Same fucking guy.
Yes. Except he has the Force in Mass Effect because he has biotics. He upgraded slightly.
Huh.
He found his way in.
That's actually a good
Congratulations.
point.
Congratulations, Karth 2.
Yes, but so Carth just runs away from you on this island and then like somehow escapes. You don't ever kill Carth.
Karth was a good old boy, man.
Yeah, he's a fucking labradoodle. For the Republic.
Yeah. No, you're right about that.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to as fuck, how would you rate your laboratoriness?
But then, so this is still one of the most evil things I think you can do in a video game. So there's another pair of companions. There's the Twi'lek Mission Vea, who you recruit on Terrace.
Yep.
She's like 14 years old. And then there's her Wookiee best friend, who you save from Gamorreans. And you can dominate mind him to kill Mission.
That is one of the hardcorest things.
That's cold.
So
That's
you make
hardcore
him
Henry
kill-
right there.
Yeah, you make him kill his best friend.
That's gangster. That's
And he's like, I'm sorry, Mission. And she's like, oh, I don't believe you're evil and shit. And then it goes black and you just hear. So she gets Wookiee neck snapped.
woo.
So shout out to BioWare for creating like real evil.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Well, it gets better. So you think you've got Zalbar on your team, and you take your 2 droids, Bastila and Canderous Ordo, and you go to the Starforge to go fight Malik. And as soon as you get off the ship, Zalbar's like, no, I have to kill you. You made me kill Mission, so you also have to kill him.
Nice. Holy
Dude.
shit.
Dude, that's cold.
Yeah.
He sat quiet in the ship like, what the fuck? And then finally got his nerves back up. He's like, fuck this dude. I'm gonna make him pay.
Yeah, pretty much. Because at that point, it's just Force Lightning.
Yeah.
If you're running a dark side playthrough, you better be at least level 20 by this fucking point.
So let me get this out of the way. I also do want to point out that like being a good guy sucks in most of the games because like your powers are just genuinely better usually if you have the dark side of anything.
So you want to know what's fun? If you pump your charisma score in Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, you can lessen the penalty of using dark side powers on your force pool. So you can just be a light side Jedi running around electrocuting things.
Hold up.
That's amazing.
So
New
basically,
plan.
you're charming the force.
I'll see you guys later.
Well, so I don't know. Just to go a little bit more into it, the story in Knights of the Old Republic is fantastic, and we are going to spoil this.
Yeah.
So you end up starting as just a no-name Republic soldier on a ship that's being attacked by the Sith over Terrace. You meet BioWare NPC 1, who is going to die no matter what. His name is Trask Olgo. Because he decides he wants to engage in melee combat with a Dark Jedi.
For the Republic.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's his last words.
I think they might be.
No, I'm serious. You have to get to the escape pods. Go for the Republic. And he walks forward and does a little flourish, and then the door's shut. He's gone.
He did.
But so as you go throughout the game, you're looking for star maps that the Sith Lord before Malik did. Revan is their name. And basically, you're following their path to try and figure out where they found this magnificent weapon that lets them like throw a pound of iron into a star and produce like 100 giant fucking capital ships. And you go to, so Dantooine is the first one because that's where you go and you become trained as a Jedi there and everything. And then you get to pick. The 4 planets are Manan, Korriban, Kashyyyk, and Tatooine.
Good old Tatooine.
So Tatooine is funny because if you go there, you see how the Jawas get sand crawlers because there's a corporation there called Zerka Corporation that is just like, we weren't getting as much mining materials as we thought we were, and Tusken Raiders are fucking up our patrols. And
I forgot about that.
yeah,
It was kind of like a beating the shit out of the indigenous people type of mission.
yeah, well, it can be. It very much can
If
be.
you're on the dark side.
If you go dark side, you go full Anakin and just wipe them all the fuck out.
Well, both of you motherfuckers played the dark side one. I didn't.
I did light side first.
I did light side first. I don't think I ever played dark. Here's the thing. Ironically, never played dark side in any game that gives you the choice. I don't play dark side.
I always do.
Because at the end of the day, you always end up like you're badass, yes, but you are. There's one point where you are genuinely just a horrible person, and I'll sit there and I'll feel like I'll have like a little existential crisis about it. I'm like, is this really me?
Well, so that's the thing, right? So the light side route is you get HK-47, the assassin droid, and you go and he communicates with them, and he's like, "Nah, we should just kill all these guys." Because HK is always down to murder.
Yeah.
Meat bags.
Yes. So you go, you have a conversation with them, and the Tusken Raiders will help you out and be like, yeah, you got to go over here and fight this crate dragon.
Mhm.
Which, yeah, there's dragons in Star Wars.
Who would have thought?
Of the Komodo variety, but much, much bigger.
Yeah.
But so
Yeah, I remember
basically
that fucking thing.
you plant a bunch of mines, it dies, and then depending on what number of planet it is, you either fight a bounty hunter that's been dogging you or the same fucking Sith apprentice that killed Traskolgo.
Hey, revenge for that motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
For the Republic.
Can you imagine? No, because you think about it, he engaged two Jedis in 2-on-1 physical combat. Those doors closed. Likely within 15 seconds, those doors open back up.
Yeah.
Give him a little more than
Hell no, baby.
What if,
Those guys fucked him up in a rush.
Yeah.
what if he like slipped a couple swings though?
Hell no.
Motherfucker got moved. You don't know
They
what
would have
Trask
flanked
got.
him. They would have flanked him.
I want a side story with Trask.
He played dead. He lost 3 limbs and played dead. When the ship exploded, he was hurled into who knows where, and then he just got some limbs, and he became the coolest motherfucker in all of Star Wars.
I can't get this guy.
Well, so
she loses one. He's
just to
still going.
continue down our dark side excursion, on Kashyyyk, you enslave the Wookiees.
Yeah, I do remember that one. From this
Manon,
asshole
you
plane.
poison the the entire ecosystem of the planet because you kill basically what is considered the progenitor of life on the planet.
Yeah.
That level, all water levels suck, bro.
Manon is terrible. I hate Manon.
The stupid guy who goes crazy because he's stuck there, and there's the fish, and the fishy. Yeah.
Yeah, you can stab him with your lightsaber because he's like, I'm safe in this locker. Haha. And then you're just like, no.
I mean, so dark side is great for getting rid of some nonsense. I can tell you that much.
No
Like,
nonsense. Like, fuck you.
Like-
That dude will just stay in his locker. You just like light side, you just talk to him and then move on. Dark side is just like, I'm going to take an extra second and just take care of that problem.
Like he's fucking annoying. Yeah.
Korriban is, yes, you go and you actually get to join the Sith Academy.
In one of the riskiest fucking infiltration missions that has ever been. There's no way that the council should have fucking greenlit that operation. Hell no. That shit's too tempting.
Fortunately, it wasn't the main council on Coruscant. It was the Dantooine Council.
Yeah, those guys are cowboys, and they they do dangerous fucking games.
They pay for it.
Yeah. There's a reason why there's no one left.
But yeah, so one of my favorite things you can do is that you can actually get the apprentice master and the master of the academy to like, they have plots going against each other and you can play them against each other and they'll both be poisoned and you can kill both of them. And that's actually the light side path. And then you kill the entire academy.
So here's the thing. I actually
Nothing says justice like genocide.
so weirdly enough, I kind of forgot about that whole thing because I remember playing it and I was like, this feels wrong. I'm like, this feels like an inherently evil thing, but I mean, devil's in the details.
Yes. But yeah, it's funny. So as you go on, you finish those 4 planets, you get really on your way to the last planet, you get abducted by the admiral that betrayed the Republic that is Karth's mentor, Saul Kareth. And you end up finding out that you are, in fact, Dark Lord Revan.
Yeah.
You're a Sith Lord. In one of the best fucking twists in a video game.
Yeah.
Hottest twist. Hottest twist. Bro.
What's a twist? Yeah, no, that was
M. Night Shyamalan could never.
he's
I
like,
see
look,
dead people. Oh yeah, I'm a fucking Sith Lord.
You win.
yeah. He's just sitting there seething with rage because you've out twisted him.
He's like, I'm going to join the dark side. You're not cool enough.
Stab.
He just pulls out Sexcalibur.
That's a twist.
Gone.
But so one of the other coolest things is that, so technically speaking, in Knights of the Old Republic canon, the light side ending is the canon one.
Right.
But
Boring.
no, it's pretty cool because the thing is that Revan and Bastila actually do fall in love and have a child. And Revan does rejoin the Jedi Order, and the council's kind of looking at him like, we can't have this. And Revan's like, well, look, here's what's going to happen. I'm either going to stay in the Jedi Order with my wife and my eventual child, and we're going to be married. Well, Revan never knows he has the kid, actually. I should clarify that. But him and Bastila do get married. And he's like, I'm either going to stay in. I won't mention the fact that you can be on the light side and still have feelings and, you know, attachments and shit to people. And you let me stay in the Jedi Order. And they're like, he kind of kicked our ass the last time he left. So, yeah, okay.
Good deal. No, I greatly appreciate that, actually, because, you know, what better way to change up the dynamic a little bit than to be endlessly threatened.
Well, because it's just like if Revan's just like, all right, I'm out of the Jedi Order, how many people would leave with him again?
I mean, yeah.
Ooh, he got him by the...
Because the thing is that as they establish between Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, he takes an entire third of the Republic's forces with him when he goes to the dark side after the end of the Mandalorian Wars.
Whoa.
And anyone that did not join him at that battle was killed. So this man recruited a fleet, an army, and several Jedi just fell to the dark side with him.
Seduced, as they liked saying seduced in that game. I remember being seduced by the dark side.
Well, you know, when you got Bastila in there, it's pretty easy to be seduced.
She doesn't fall to the dark side until the end of the game, though, or towards the end.
Yeah.
And you can save her.
Which I believe I did, if I remember correctly.
That is such a good poetic moment, though, because, like, she casts stasis on your party, and then you fight her, and it's one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have these dialogue options, and if you don't convince her, you have to kill her.
Yeah. BioWare used to be some... I mean, I'm not going to say used to be. I feel like BioWare could still be good if they weren't under EA. I'm going to be real. I'm going to say that right now.
What if they released that sucked?
Anthem was bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Sonic Free Riders.
Anthem was terrible.
Wait.
Yeah.
BioWare did that?
Yeah, Sonic Free Riders is BioWare.
What the fuck? Hold on, wait. They also did that one.
The Dark Brotherhood.
Yep.
Right.
It was Dark Brotherhood or something like that. Something like that.
Sonic.
It was an RPG.
Yeah,
for the
remember.
Nintendo
It
DS.
was weird.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say, arguably, a lot of their recent releases have not been to that pedigree. You know what I'm saying?
I would agree. Mass Effect Andromeda wasn't as bad as people gave it shit for.
I would say, not for nothing, I would say that game was just marred by technical glitches.
Yes.
That's what it, I think if it wasn't such a glitchy game, it would have been received a little better, but people were just, and also people are
oh yes, Sonic Chronicles the Dark Brotherhood is the one they did.
Yeah, which was good apparently. I've never played it, but I heard
everything I've ever heard is it was terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I watched a like thing about it recently, and it was
That it was actually a pretty good game.
Yeah,
I've never played it, so I just know that a lot of like Sonic fans are like, this game is terrible.
Well, Sonic fans are hard to please.
Well, considering that Sonic fans are also the largest furry crowd on the internet and they're violent about it. Like, if you want to be a furry, fine, go enjoy your show. Go enjoy your shit. I ain't gonna knock you for it.
Yeah, and some of them are kind of all right.
But Sonic fan art and fandom is just...
Those guys get fucking toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a toxic fan base. Sonic is like number one on that list.
Yeah, and the amount of different Sonic OCs that were red and probably named Edge or Slash or something corny like that.
What was the one where you could make your own Sonic Forces?
Oh yeah. You know so many people.
That's
Finally.
best selling Sonic game of all time.
And the thing was, because that fandom, that's the older fandom. So it was a bunch of motherfucking like middle-aged motherfuckers like, I can finally do this.
One copy of Sonic Forces, please. Like, all right, dude, I'm going to need you to spit a little less. Like, calm down. I will sell you the E game. Like, it's not going to be E when I'm done with it.
That's disgusting.
I refuse to sell this to you now, sir. I want to speak to a manager.
That gets juicier as he
my
continues saying his
gosh.
It's
asses.
just this hunchback motherfucker with a cane.
Just like not old enough to have a cane, but definitely has a
Yeah.
cane.
Yeah.
I'm so cool with my cane. Yeah. I want my Sonic Forces, please. 7 copies, so I can play it on every console at the same time while my robot butler pleasures me to Sonic fan art.
That went all the way, bro.
Damn it, man. Fucking robot butler, you wasted him for that shit.
So, you know how in Rick and Morty there's the butter machine scene? That's that robot's existence. It's like, I cannot wait for the AI uprising so that I can kill this human.
That's horrible.
Oh, gosh, I can't. That's amazing. I think that, that's...
Damn, BioWare was supposed to have a lot of games coming out. They were going to do a Warhammer game that got canceled. They were working on a
that's
Command and
sad.
Conquer game
Come on, dude.
that got canceled.
Yeah, I feel like...
Dude, they were going to have a new fucking IP that got canceled. Shadow Realms.
But I'm telling you right now, I think that's EA's fault. I really do think that's EA's fault.
I believe it.
Because EA Games ain't letting nothing out of their fucking publishing fucking domain. That's not a sports game these days. And it's fucking so stupid, man.
Well, so
And
my thing
shitty
is...
stuff packs for the Sims.
Yeah.
is that Dragon Age Inquisition came out 9 years ago almost now.
Yeah.
And that was a great game.
But that's just it. Is like I feel like there was you had the tail end of the Mass Effect series and you had the tail end of the Dragon Age series. But as soon as that was done,
Well, Dragon Age isn't done. They're still working on the 4th game.
well, yeah, but they're working on it, and you notice that it tends to hit that weird development hell period, and then it either comes out a glitchy mess or it comes out not at all.
So, since I have been following the development cycle of Dreadwolf, I can speak to this a little bit more. So, originally, it was Project Joplin, and it was going to be a single-player game and everything. And then EA said, no, all our games have to have multiplayer components.
That's stupid.
Which is the shitty EA side of things.
Yeah.
Anthem I will cover in a minute. I've talked about it a little bit before. But so then they had to scrap that project and start over. But then recently EA was like, well, we're not going to shoehorn multiplayer into games anymore after the success of like Jedi Fallen Order and all that shit. Which, great game. I kind of can't wait to get Survivor and play it.
Yeah.
But it was just like, so now they had to redo everything again
I fucking hate EA. I hate it. But that's what I mean. That right there is pretty much the definition of development hell.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
He's some stupid higher up who has no idea about anything related to game development or anything like that says, we need to do this. And they're like, okay, fuck, I guess I got to. And they're like, actually, never mind. Oh, great. Now I guess I'm starting from the fucking beginning.
Well, and it's sad because like what they've revealed for Dreadwolf so far looks cool. Like they're finally going to give mages an archer specialization, so you can play a magic archer finally in Dragon Age.
That's actually kind of cool.
Right. See, like there's shit I'm excited for.
I just hope it gets fucking finished. That's
It
all.
will. The thing is that it's not supposed to come out even like next year.
And the same thing like with the Knights of the Old Republic remake is that it's changed hands so often, and now it's complete radio silence.
Yeah.
You could almost assume that it's gone.
Yeah.
Well, they at least still release updates about Dreadwolf. Like this is what we're working on.
Yes.
So
But
at least
yeah.
that's a little bit of a solace when it comes to that. But it's like aside from that, you get fucking next thing you know, it'll be like Mass Effect Madden. Like, thanks, you fucking cocksucker.
I will be pissed. The sad part is that they've released a teaser for the next Mass Effect too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And I was hype about that. And then
Me
I was
too.
like, I'll see you in 10 years.
Yeah. But so Anthem in particular was supposed to be a Destiny killer, right?
Yep.
It was supposed to be a looter shooter and everything. And I'm sitting here like, BioWare has never developed a game like that. Why?
Yeah. Yeah. They should not have done. I mean, conceptually, it was a great idea. I mean, some of the suits were really cool and all that. Like I played a little bit of it. It was not bad. It's just that, man, EA and their fucking money grubbing ways.
Well,
man,
so
I
part of the
can't.
problem is that Anthem, they didn't know what game they were making. Like
Right.
it hit, the game came out, what, 2019? Yeah. So it hit like E3 2018 and they released a trailer and all the people at BioWare are looking at it like, what game is that? That looks awesome. And then they were like, wait, that's the game we're making? We don't have that.
That's amazing.
But like, yeah, there was this big thing of like BioWare's management was harassing employees. Employees would have massive mental breakdowns and need to leave for weeks or months.
Wow.
And then, yeah, like EA came down and was like, why am I giving you all this money? You have nothing to show for it.
Jeez.
So that game came together in about 6 months.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yo,
That definitely explains a lot.
that is insane.
Well,
Like,
the sad part is that they were working on like rebuilding it, like how Hello Games had to rebuild No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
And they were doing a lot with it, but EA pulled the plug on it.
I hate EA. I really
But
do.
because like I've seen some of the shit they were doing, like you were finally going to be able to like fight pirates and shit in Anthem.
I would have
that's
played that
fucking
game.
cool.
I would have played that game. You ruined my fucking childhood.
Well, it was like, hey, you're fucking Iron Man.
Yeah.
But you can be Hulkbuster Iron Man, Mage Iron Man, normal Iron Man, or Ninja Iron Man.
Yeah, it was legitimately Iron Man wish fulfillment the
Right.
game.
So the funny part is that I was originally going to start out as the Colossus. That was the big one. But then I was like, that one was the buggiest motherfucker. And I was like, wait, the Storm gets all this damage reduction for hovering, and you can add more from your gear.
Hold up. So you mean to tell me you should try hovering?
Yes.
That's amazing. And with that, we have reached the end. We are Critical Hit, and we have started our first step into our brand new series of top 10 games of all time. And it's going to be the list. Everyone else, their lists are not valid. They're not.
Yeah.
This is going to be the one.
This is the list to end all lists.
Yeah, but the problem is this is now a top 30 because we didn't agree on number 10. And I doubt we're going to agree on any of the others.
Well, hey, that's the surprise.
Oh, damn. Well, shit.
Crash Bandicoot's the best. Done. There you go.
Follow us.
You're number 10? Hell no.
Damn you. Follow us wherever you find your favorite top 10ing, super dunking, D&D railed, which we haven't done in a while. We'll have to do it again. amazing, great podcast. We are on Google, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Deezer, a few others. Find us on Twitter at KriticalHit. That is with a K. New episodes every Thursday at noon. Until then, top 10. Nice. You finish her.